Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sean. This is the Game Room. And on this Let's Paint, we are continuing with Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone. And we're going to paint our next model in the Maelstrom gang. And that is going to be Flenser. Let me just swap you over here. Alright, again, as we talked about in the last one, we go for tabletop quality 3-foot distance. And the last one we did came out really stinking good. It was a combination of army painter, speed paints, speed paint 1, speed paint 2s, and even a contrast paint thrown in. I think total time, even after actual painting time, was about 30-ish minutes. So let's see what we can do with Flenser. Now again, there's not a whole lot in the way of pictures of painted models in Combat Zone, not even on the Kickstarter page. We do have this picture as kind of a reference. A lot of black, a lot of silver, and then we'll figure out what to do with her hair. So she's in pretty much a full armored bodysuit. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go with... we'll do the barbarian flesh for her skin, and then we'll come back and we'll darken that up with the flesh tone. We'll start with that barbarian flesh from Army Painter. Don't need much because there's not a whole lot of skin showing. And again, primed with gray sear spray paint. That is pretty much it for the skin, because everything else is covered in armor. Alright. Okay, Vallejo has this black metallic, which is really interesting. I've used it a couple of times, but it makes it a very metallic black color, which for me, that's how I see her armor when I look at that picture, is a black metallic. You can use a metallic like a gunmetal and then wash it dark, probably get a similar effect. But I'm basically going to paint all of her armor in this and hope for the best. So let's start down here with like a leg. That's kind of what we're looking at. Let's keep going. Alright, for her undershirt right there, I'm going to use just the green-black speed paint. Could just do it all in the same chrome. It just seems like the chrome wouldn't be on the underneath bodysuit, so... Okay. Alright, Speed Paint 2.0 Polished Silver. We're going to do this for any metallic parts, anything silver that we want to do. I'm going to use it up here on her headset. This is a brighter silver than the one we used on the last model. But it'll also just help offset all of the black chrome that we have. These models are really cool. Now I'm just doing other parts just to offset, just to break up all of this black. So it's really up to you how much, what do you want to paint, what color. I am kind of sticking with the card art, but there's only so much, there's only so much of that card art that you can actually see. Alright, let's see how that works out. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to Army Painter Metallic Gunmetal. This is not a speed paint. And this I'm going to use on the gun. Now you could use this on all of the metallic parts that are the brighter metal parts that you want also. And we're going to do the wrist blade over here with it too. Now, normally I would just, for speed, I would just use the same metal, but I just want to show you. So if you don't have the speed paints, or you're not using the speed paint, or you want to do this the normal way, you can kind of see, you can already see the difference in the different colors. She really has a Scarlett Johansson look to her. I wonder if that's what they were going with. Kind of a Black Widow look. But you can see, you know, with the metal, and then we'll do a wash on that here just a second after it dries. Alright, let's go to the hair. I'm going to use a Speed Paint 2.0 Slaughter Red. And that's just going to be for the hair, so we don't need a whole lot. It does give a really good cyberpunk look to the hair. Alright. Okay, now using the Army Painter Dark Tone, we're going to give the that metal a bath. Now this is just straight out. You can water it down if you want less of a wash. But the wash really just kind of gets into those crevices and helps expose the detail. Okay. That's going to take a minute to dry. So while that's drying, let's go ahead and do our flesh wash on the tiny amount of flesh that we have exposed. But you can see immediately how that sits down in those recesses. And immediately just totally changes how it looks. It's amazing stuff. Okay, be right back. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to, let's try giving this a little bit of a glow effect. I don't know how it's going to come out, but we'll see. On the gun. And to do that, I'm going to hit the silver with the gray sear, just along that right there, which will then come back in with the familiar pink, just to see how it turns out. If it sucks, well, we'll just paint it over. So, in the picture, there is also, she has some streaks of, almost looks like green in her hair. If you want to do that, we could. Maybe we'll just do a little. I like her hair the way it is, mainly because I think I'm just going to screw it up. But if you wanted to, you could hit it with. Screw it.
Ah, what the hell? Let me try it.
let's just pick out a couple of strands here, like so. And maybe that one right there, which I'm sure you can see super clearly. Alright, do just a couple. Alright, now let's pick a green. Alright, to do the green streak, I'm going to try Contrast Warp Lightning. I use this one a lot. I like it. I don't want much on my brush. And we just want to touch those strands that we did. Well, what do you think? It actually came out better than I thought. Alright, so what do you do when something turns out better than you thought it was? You push your luck. And see if we can do one or two more. Like that one. Alright, now we are sitting right at 25 minutes. She's virtually done. Now we're just kind of playing. Alright. Alright, with that, that's a little closer, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so, familiar pink, and we're going to see how this looks on the side of the gun here. Alright, what else do we need to do? Alright, just because shiny silver metallic to... This is a very, very, very bright silver. And we're just going to run it right down the edge of the blade, just to give it that sheen, like the light reflecting off of it. Just a hint. Do it up there too. Just to give it a bit of a glow like the light's hitting it. Okay, she is virtually done, and I'm going to go ahead and do the base now, just because if you watched the last video, I'm going to do it the exact same way. So just to keep this video short, I'm going to just go ahead and cut here, and then I will show you what she looks like when this is... Okay, never mind. I'll just go ahead and do it for sake of time, because we're only at 27 minutes. And... Actually, go ahead and do it. So in the last video, I showed you that I was using this AK Terrains Asphalt acrylic diorama. It was like 17 bucks at the store, and it is a texture paint which makes the base look like asphalt. And it's pretty cool. You can see that the base already has some texture on it. This really just kind of adds to that. Now this does take a little bit to dry, so I'm going to get it on here. We'll be back once it is dry. But you can see it really kind of adds to the texture, which looks more like asphalt. So it's really cool, and it's very thin, so you can put it on with a brush, which is also kind of cool. If you've used like any of the other texture paints, I like the Citadel texture paints. You really got to put them on with a putty knife kind of thing, just because they're so thick, and work it into place, and then it dries, and you can really do some stuff with it. This is thin because it's supposed to lay down smooth, so that actually makes sense as to why it's so thin. And because, ideally your asphalt's thin. You're not going to glop that up to make, bridges and stuff like that. So that's going to take a little while to dry. I'll be right back. Okay, similar to the last base, if you saw the last video, I'm going to basically run a yellow line or dash or something just to make it look like a street. And it doesn't have to be anything big and grand, it's just... Okay, that's just to give the yellow a chance, because yellow on the black, you're not going to see it. So we'll let that dry, and we'll be right back. Okay, and to complete the yellow line, I'm using the Battletech Hazard Yellow. Any bright yellow would probably work just as well. And I'm just going over the gray line. let that dry. All right, guys. She is done. Pretty awesome for 30-ish minutes of work. And actually, she was probably done at about 25, and then we played with, you know, her hair and whatnot. So, there are other things you can do with this. You can play with this lighting effect more. I just, you know, break up that silver a little bit. But there you go. Not bad at all. I will give you a close-up here of what she looks like now that she is complete. But there you go. Literally 30 minutes. Sorry about that. Literally 30 minutes of actual paint time. We had, you know, we did have to wait a little bit for some of the paint to dry and things like that. But for the most part, you know, she was done in about 25 minutes. Do a little extra, 30 minutes. So not bad for tabletop quality, 3-foot distance. She's going to look great on the table alongside the first model we did, the Berserker. So I just can't wait to finish all of these up. They don't take long. They don't take long at all. But I will show you some pictures of her. And as always, I hope this helped. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Are you painting your Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone models? Have you gotten your set in yet? What gang are you playing? I'd really like to know. And if you're painting your stuff, I want to see it. You can find us at Facebook at the Game Room Texas Gamer Geeks, and join the conversation over on Facebook. Drop comments in down below. I respond to every comment as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching. Cyberpunk Red by Monster Fight Club. Fantastic. Great models. Easy to paint. Fun game. We're still learning the game, as we've only played a couple games so far, but it's been a blast. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a wonderful evening. Bye now.